Hey, disclaimer. I don't think that anybody that is just starting their spiritual journey and that's watching this video should say, hey, I should go on Etsy and buy these things. I think that you should continue to develop your mental, your third eye, and meditate. And I think the meditating will do you well. I know that also using binaural beats is a great way to achieve certain things.
Life trying to mind my business. I never understood mixing time with business. I rhyme with swiftness, heroic quickness. Trying to figure out what a nigga's gift is. For all I know, I could be good at this. And if not, I'll work at it until my shit pops like a soda can on a summer day. But ain't no summer games, I ain't come to play.
What up, you guys? Maurice Woods here, and if you're tapping in, I hope you also tapped into the last episode that I just dropped. That was the first video of the second stint of this series where I am using herbs to enhance my dreams to see what my experience is like. Just kind of like, to fill you in if this is your first time. So I've already used Gale chichi, which is called leaf of God, that's harvested in Oaxaca, Mexico. So the herb that I used last night was Gale, which is harvested in Canada. The dream that I already had was actually more complex than I expected it to be. With the Kale Chichi, it kind of like worked its way up, escalated. This one just literally came with the hit right off the bat, So take a deep breath because my screensaver in the back on my laptop says remember to breathe, and I see it back there moving. Yeah, so I don't know what's kind of going on. I just kind of figured, I was like, maybe I should just go ahead and record like the dream aspect. But, you know, I've been that kid in school where you're like, oh, I'm working on a project, and you don't submit anything that's like showing the work that you're doing beforehand, and then all of a sudden you just come up with this final result that you just did last minute. And I don't want this to come across as something that I'm doing last minute. I would like for the work to be represented in what I'm doing through the camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the water boiling and go ahead and get my cup of tea made, drink my tea, go to sleep, and then I'll discuss what took place in my dream later this morning. Currently like 1:35 right now. Currently 12:35 at the moment. So let's just see how my experience goes. I wonder if the trees get sad when they see the leaves fail. J Electronica. This is the second morning after my dream herb, Gale, sweet Gale. And my dreams were all over the place again. But there was so much going on that I guess it was kind of difficult for me to keep up with all of the details. And then I feel like I kept waking up. So, every time I woke up, I wanted to go back to sleep. My goal wasn't to just immediately write down whatever dream it was. It was to go back to sleep and see what I could recall from the entirety of my sleeping. Whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? What I recall from last night was pretty much just about like my overall like spiritual growth, I oftentimes consider myself a multifaceted individual, multi-dimensional individual. I'm not just on one plane. I'm not just in one area. I may be physically here, but my mind is elsewhere. My mind is in Thailand, Costa Rica, other places I want to visit like Brazil or Egypt, and then other places in Africa, you know, India and places in China. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm a wanderer. I'm an explorer. I want to experience all that this world, all that this dimension has to offer. So this dream that I had was more so about like my spiritual growth and where I am to be in the future, like a healer of some sort, a shaman of some sort, just in simple terms. And the knowledge that I have is not just from where I grew up, you know. The knowledge that I have is from all over the world, different means to help different people, because not everything is a one size fits all. Like even with the study of my Ayurveda, spider dropping down, but it looks like it's flying. Even with like my study of Ayurveda, it's not a one size fits all. Like you learn pretty much how you get so close to me. But you know what though? Hey. Spiders, spider webs. I don't even know where I heard this from. But it was something along the lines like anytime you see spider webs, it's like a connection to your ancestors, so don't destroy them, don't kill the spider. Spiders are messengers. For instance, Anansi, who is prominent in African cultures for being the messenger, the bearer of wisdom, can even be associated with Thoth, Hermes, Mercury, and I'm a Mercury baby, Gemini all across the chart. But yeah, that's kind of off track though. But yeah, I mean, it's actually not off track because it's literally tying in with what I'm talking about regarding my dream. And my dream, me being a healer, me being an individual that's to wander across this planet to find different means to help people grow. You know what I mean? And I bear the message that helps people grow. So that was actually perfect timing for that spider to go ahead and flow by the way that it did. But so I literally had means of aiding people from Costa Rica, like the family that I'm still in contact with from Costa Rica, and the ways that I foresee myself going back to Costa Rica to grow even more spiritually. Then there's like an expedition in Egypt where, it's like a 14-day kind of like excursion where you literally travel all throughout Egypt and you learn about like pretty much the history of Egypt and what Egypt has to offer. But I know that during that journey, like I can grow spiritually because Egypt is the home of the mystery schools, and is where a lot of the mystery teachings were founded, credit given to Thoth, once again. And then like other places in Africa, like I have cowrie shells from like when I was studying a bit of like Yoruba, and which in like Latin American countries could be considered Santeria in some places. And I never really got into my cowrie shells. I kind of drifted away from like fortune telling kind of things, just because I wanted to create my own future without help. Maybe that's ignorant because everybody needs help on their way to becoming self-reliant. Words of Tupac Shakur. But then that's me being ignorant, because if you think about it, they're literally a tool to help you communicate with the ancestors and to help you communicate with spirit and with God. You know what I mean? Like there's more means of communicating than just prayer and meditation. You know what I mean? Which tarot cards are definitely a way when you're dealing with the right people who are in tune, and not doing it for $1. So that was just ignorant of me, and I'm having that realization as we speak, But yeah, so my cowrie shells, and then like traveling to Thailand, it was just like the way that things lined up for me to go to Thailand, and then like the occurrences that took place in Thailand, and being blessed out there, and finding like the sacred water in one of like the temples, and being able to be blessed by the water, you know, dipping your hands in, and quite an experience. Kind of gives me J Electronica vibes. Because I've seen this dude on YouTube, and I don't even know when exactly if they're even going to like release it, but freaking he has like this whole like Into the Light kind of documentary where he's like in Tibet or somewhere. It looks like Tibet. It looks like Tibet, but he's literally like just out there talking to a monk, and he's like, why am I here? Why am I here? What's my purpose for being here? You know what I mean? And so the monk is answering, and he's telling them like, your consciousness is what brought you here. Your consciousness is what brought you back to earth, and you know, it's telling you that these are the experiences that you should aim to experience, you know?
Why am I here? Right now at this moment. Yes, there's things going on, but me, I'm asking you, why am I here at this moment?
Because why you are here, because we all have, when you don't realize the wisdom, we have a defilements. We have three defilements. We have ignorance, anger, desire. That's why I'm here. Once you know why you are here, then you can go slowly. You can dissect, or you can peel out all these thoughts. Then you can go deep into your own thoughts. And the pure thought of your mind is wisdom.
Yeah, so back to the dream though, you know, Thailand, Costa Rica, Africa, and it like really, just to summarize it all up, like the whole purpose of this was for me to be able to help other people through my experiences. Everything that I grow to learn, bringing it back to help other people grow their paradigms, you know, or shift their paradigms, however it needs to be, however, you know, I don't know, but yeah, so I feel like I'm being guided by spirit, and that's pretty much all last night's dream from what I remember, like on a simple level, was sharing with me. But I think it's definitely a reflection of my life and where I want to be in the future and where I'm going to be in the future. So with all that being said, you know, may peace be unto you all. I hope you guys like this video. But then again, like I don't really have much attachment to whether the video is liked or not, you know. It'll resonate with who it's meant to resonate with, and for that I'm grateful, and I'm grateful for the outlet to be able to share and help influence and help inspire people. So, yeah.